We're going to make some natural cordage. I'll show you one of the many ways. This one's going to be made out of a willow tree. You can tell, easy to identify. You can see the big round leaves. That's what we're going to use to make our cordage, this willow. We've harvested our length of the willow now. You can see it's a decent length. You'll want it long enough that you can get longer strips of bark off of it. So all we're going to do now is heat it over the fire. As this bark dries, the outer brown portion becomes really brittle. So once we feel we've got a good enough heat on it that the bark's going to become brittle, we just pull it out, grab your knife, and just start to rub the spine of your knife on there, and you can see how that's all flaking up good like that. That's all you're going for, is just to get that busted up like that. Just the brown stuff. So you want to use the spine of your knife. Do not use the blade. Just use the spine, get it all ruffled up good. All the way down the length that you want your cordage. You can see it's starting to pull off there really good. That's all you're looking for. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just trim this end off and then run the remainder of the bark right off the end. So that peels that off in a big sheet. Even these little green fibers, if you wanted to take the time, you could process this into natural cordage. We're going to go for more of a bulk approach today. Alright, so now, that's what you're left with. So you can grab this and just peel it. And you can peel it right around the stick like that. Just keep working it like that all the way down, as long as you can, because the longer the piece that you were able to pull off there, the longer the strips of bark you're going to have to make your cordage. So that's it. Perfectly stripped little willow stick here for your whittling needs. Now, we'll move over and show you what you're going to do next. So, now we've got our big long strip of bark here. What we want to do is start tearing it into little pieces about 1/4 inch wide and just allowing it to run as long as we can carry it down the cordage. Now all your pieces are going to vary in size. They're not all going to be really long. Alright. So now we've got a length here. What we're going to do is we're going to offset it something similar to this. You don't want to have it offset where your ends match up like that, because it'll make your cordage weak. So what you want to do is start it off like this, so they're offset. Now all you want to do is twist this. So you just keep twisting it in opposite directions of each other, and you will see at a certain point it's going to hump up. And once you hit that point, that's where your wrap will start. So you can see it did it right there. Right there. Now, once we have that point, we just continue to twist. So we've got two separate strands. So this, you continue to twist the one way, like this, twist, twist, and then bring it over, twist, bring it over, twist, and then twist back in the opposite direction. So this one you're going to twist this way, and then you're going to twist it back over the top, the opposite way. So twist it, back over the top, twist it, back over the top, twist it, back over the top. I guess I can stop saying that now. You guys are probably sick of hearing me talk. I don't know how well this is picking up. Once we have reached this point that you got a couple inches of cordage left, it's time to add some new pieces to it. You can see the two tails are not anywhere near the same length. We've got a lot of extra cord on the one side as compared to that side, and we want this for strength. And you can tell when you let go of this, it doesn't unravel. It stays nicely wound, nice and tight. That's what you want. That's what you're going for. So to add our next piece in, like all cordage, you have two different ways that you can do this. You can either add like this and keep twisting them together and just add a single strand, or you can take it, again, offset it by a third, put the longer piece with the short side, and work it right into the V like this. So then you would twist this piece together, this piece would join to this piece, and continue on. I'm making thinner cordage today, so I'm not going to do that, although that is a stronger technique. Instead, what I'm going to do is just add to the single strand to a single side and continue to work my way down. So I'm going to make this a little more malleable just by playing with it and getting it kind of already in the round process. Because you want them to be able to seat freely together. So all I'm doing it is pre-twisting it like so. Just working along the cordage so it's already naturally wants to go that way. Then take the piece that I was working on, just grab it, and start rolling them together. It's going to make a little bit of a higher spot here, but that happens. Okay, so now that I've done that, I folded it over the top. Now I'm back to the single on the other side. So again, same process. Just roll it, bring it over. Roll it, bring it over. roll it, bring it over. If done properly, you should have a pretty smooth transition. You'll see a little hump up where you doubled up the length of the cord. That's normal because you're just adding more material, so it's obviously got to go somewhere. So you guys can see how it's thin, 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 and then right here we've got our hump. This cordage is considerably thicker here than it is down this side, and that's because that's where our joint was, and now you'll see it even out again. Now you can do this for hours on end and just continue to make yourself cordage. Sometimes you might end up in a situation where you don't have a choice but to make your own. That's where information like this comes in handy. Now just for the purpose of this video, I'm going to run down to the end of this strand a little bit, and I will show you how to add in the double strand technique, just so that you have an idea how to do that. I'm not the quickest person at this. Some guys that do this a lot, they can make feet and feet of this in a couple minutes. So this is what we've got so far. Now we're going to add in, just like I said, going each way. So what I want to do is get this tail firmly ready to accept, as this will be the weakest point on the shortest side, right? Get this side good and ready to accept. Alright. So we'll lay this off to the side. So again, we've got our piece of cordage here. So what we want to do is offset our sides. So we'll go take it something like that, so that there's a big difference between the ends again. Now same thing, we're just going to start to play with it and roll it. Get it ready to take. Okay, so now that we've got that, it's good and ready to take. Grab our cordage that we've already started, and we just work this in there. Take the longest side, put it to the shortest side. So now you can see it's sitting in there. You've got this V, you've got your cordage that you bent over, you're going to slide it right into the V, just pinch it, and start wrapping them around each other, and then same thing, over the top. Switch to the other one, start wrapping them over each other, over the top. Twist, over the top, twist, over the top, twist, over the top. And we're already at it in here good. You can see, again, this is where it gets a little bigger, is where we added it in there. You want to make sure you get it good and twisted, because that's gives it its strength when it wraps around. If you get lazy and you try to speed things along too much, you're just going to have cordage that breaks or is more prone to breaking. So that is how you make natural cordage from willow. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, and subscribe.